Good.
Good morning. My name is Susan Reardon. I'm the staff hearing officer, and I call the meeting of Wednesday, February 24th to order. Today we just have one item on the agenda, and they haven't requested any continuances or withdrawals, so we will hear them. In regards to announcements and appeals, I have no announcements, and we don't have any appeals pending.
We do not.
Okay. Well, we have a couple of medical cannabis dispensary permits pending, but they are still on hold. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to address the staff hearing officer on items not on our agenda today?
Thanks. I'm in favor of it.
Okay. When we get to the public comment for that item, I'll call you. Great, thank you. So there's no one in the audience for general comments on it? Okay. So I'll close that portion, and we'll move on to the first item, which is 938 Roble Lane. The applicant's in the front. Good morning.
Good morning.
Whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Our project site is almost 9,000 square feet, located off of Roble Lane. Access is off a driveway here, up over the neighbor's property, into a one-car carport. There's also another detached carport closer down towards the street, providing the two covered spaces for the property. The existing development on site also consists of a two-story residence in this area. During a recent effort for a major remodel on the interior of the house, it was determined that two of the windows that exist on this non-conforming wall actually never had permits in our original archive record. So the applicant has come through to legalize those as a part of the interior improvements being proposed for the site. Their appearance at Single Family Design Board ended in a recommendation that instead of the two windows that are currently on the property, and we do have a visual, it was recommended that they combine them. The two existing windows would be here and here. The board recommended that that these two be replaced with one window that actually match windows on the front of the house. Because of the building's location within the required 10-foot setback, it's non-conforming due to the time of construction when the setback was only 6 feet. Modification is required. Staff supports this request in that the legalization of any window on that wall has no adverse impacts to any adjacent neighbor. Nearest house is about 200 feet away, and also we understand the benefits of both the lighting, the heating, and the ventilation of adding a window on that wall. So staff supports this project as it's submitted.
Okay, so the mod request is just for the upper floor. This one was on the archive plans?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right, great, thank you. Would you like to state your name for the record and add any additional comments?
I'm Trish Allen with Steps. State your name.
I'm Dan Raymer.
Staff overviewed everything, so I'm here for any questions you might have.
Okay, great. At this time, I don't. I'll open the public hearing. So I'd like to open the public hearing. I do have a speaker slip from Nancy Duffy.
Duffy.
If you'd like to come up and take a seat and
Into the
provide your comments.
I came to the last hearing, too, so I got notice of this secondary hearing, and I'm just here to support the project because I think anything that, improves the neighborhood and raises up the comps for everyone else is a good thing.
Okay. And are you immediate, Jason? It says 9.
I 950. I'm the adjacent neighbor, and there's the easement goes through my property to get up. So I'm the adjacent neighbor on the west side.
Okay. Well, great.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you for
You're
taking the
welcome.
time to show up. Okay, so I'll close the public hearing. Did we receive any written comments? No. Okay, no written comments. I'd like to thank Trish for meeting me on the site yesterday and taking the hike up your driveway. Thank you for making it available.
Easier than driving up the driveway.
Or you're telling me backing out.
Yeah.
And it was very helpful looking at the site and getting a feel from looking out the window, seeing what kind of potential impacts would occur in terms of privacy issues. That's always the main issue that's raised when windows are added. on a second story, and not only on a second story, but one that's in the setback and close to the property line. But given the existing development, both on your site and the adjacent neighbor, the orientation, the existing landscaping, which provides some screening, I think it is an appropriate request. And going from the two smaller windows to one larger window in the area, the change is just in between the two windows. It's, not lowering the sill height or anything. I think it is an appropriate improvement and can support the request.
The neighbor that is affected by this and located here is a very good friend of mine also, and I'll continue if she ever has any issues with the privacy issues or anything, that I'll do anything within my power because I want her to stay happy, and I will do everything I can to continue to promote that with her. Okay?
Yes, staff considered the benefit of already having the windows there illegally, so the adjacent property owner was already exposed to the openings.
I'm not sure if you were able to examine the windows closely. I think you probably, if you examine them very closely, will notice that those windows are original. I'm just, it's unfortunate that they were never contained on the original plans.
Here they are shown in some photos, this window, this one, and then the second one's in this area. And then here's what I was saying, from the house, looking out. The main focus is out, and here's the neighbor's house, adjacent house, and landscaping, so I think it is, provides screening. The one question I had, I know this is existing development, and my purview is only the window. It's not remodel or anything. I know before staff's talked about zoning compliance declarations, and is this, I don't know, I'm not real familiar when plan checkers require them or not, but there is internal access. Sometimes doors, internal doors, raise questions, or can you explain the...
Certainly. Staff has typically taken an approach when we are reviewing an older floor plan that has amenities such as full baths and exterior access where there's a potential for it to be used as a separate dwelling unit. We would routinely require, as a part of our plan check corrections, that a zoning compliance declaration be recorded against the property's title. Recent conversations with higher management staff has suggested if there is not a history of illegal dwelling unit use, we probably don't need to impose that requirement on a regular basis. The fact that you're taking a discretionary action on the project, I mean, you could ask for a zoning compliance declaration to be recorded at this time. Staff, because of our recent direction, did not.
Okay. Well, I think, given my scope in this instance is so limited, it's a window. They're not asking for approval of an as-built wall. It's just changing a window. I feel comfortable leaving that up to the discretion of the plan checker, but if they feel during the review of this they may require it, and the fact I haven't required a zoning declaration wouldn't negate their ability to call for it later if they feel it's appropriate. But I just thought I would ask.
Sure.
What
that is an approved floor plan that matches our archive records.
Yeah, so I think, given, like I said, it's just a window change. I don't feel that necessitates me to start tinkering with floor plans and that kind of thing. So, given those, I support your project. I make the findings as recommended or as outlined in the staff report, and there's no recommended conditions. So. I approve it as proposed. My action is appealable to the Planning Commission within 10 calendar days if someone has concerns with it. Or the Planning Commission also has oversight authority of all my actions, and if they feel this warrants discussion before them, they could pull it up during that same 10-day appeal period.
Okay.
And if either of those instances were to occur, Ms. Mazza would contact you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I have a question about that.
Sure.
When do they hear your report for today's hearing?
I usually contact the liaison either today or tomorrow, since this is
So
short.
it's not at a
I'll-
hearing, you just review
No.
it with them?
Yeah, no, yeah, either give them a phone call or email. This type of thing, I'll probably just email her and let her know.
And who's the liaison now?
Stella Larson,
Okay.
and the backup is John Justice.
Thank you.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And with that, I adjourn our meeting.
This is